Welcome back, everybody. So let's do a quick video, Prepper Dog series video. We're going to talk about socialization. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to hit on the main points here. There are a lot of people that are under the assumption that just because they have a large, powerful dog breed that has the propensity to be strong, aggressive, the propensity for violence, what have you, that is somehow going to be a force multiplier for them in a shit hits the fan scenario. And that could not be further from the truth. If you want a good dog, regardless of the breed, for an off-grid shit hits the fan scenario or event, you not only need a socialized dog, you need a professional dog. You need one that's trained, one that's been socialized, one that is not, it has seen a little bit of everything, right? And it's so funny because everywhere else in life, whether we're talking about first responders, military, people that are really good at their trade, they get to that point because of training and experience, right? But somehow when it comes to dogs, that all be damned, it's all about breed, right? It's all about make and model. The experience, the training, the domestication is irrelevant to people. And I've never understood that, but I think people more or less, they like the idea of a strong, powerful dog, and they don't want to put in the work. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So there you have it. You saw a very powerful male cane corso, and he is just having a fit with the guy that's walking around the horse. You can see they're in a country rustic setting, and there's nothing else around. They are very far away from that horse, and that cane corso he has no bearing. He has no idea what's going on around him. His owner, which he looks like a very large man, is having difficulty holding him, and the dog is completely lost all bearing, has no control. There's no efficiency there. There's no productivity there. You are at combat negative, tactical combat negative. You are in a complete productive negative scenario there. And again, this just comes down to, dogs have been trained, especially these breed of dogs, were once livestock guardians, were once protectors of property and land. And so that's where the breed comes from. But now in modern day society, these dogs don't live in the country. These are city slicker dogs. These are dogs that are used to being tethered on a leash and being held as they go to a half-acre dog park in Escondido County, California, and they're held on a leash as they go, and other dogs come up to them and sniff them. That is the, as far as socialization goes, that is the momentum of socialization. That is the parameter of their socialization. Honestly, it's put a leash on you, put you in a car, drive you to a half-acre dog park where there's a bunch of other dogs that are yapping around that aren't well trained, and my owner is going to hold me on a leash and slowly introduce me to all these dogs, and everyone's going to give me accolades for, oh, your dog's so pretty. That is the modern day. That is the modern day domestication. That is what dog domestication currently looks like in 2022. And so it's one of those things where, I feel like a lot of people have really lost the intricacies of what these dog breeds were meant for. They don't put these dogs to work the way they were designed and created to be. And so I really think when it comes to socialization, a lot of people think that as long as they put their dog on a collar and take them to, a half-acre dog park, and their dog doesn't kill the Chihuahua that's trying to sniff it. They've somehow domesticated and socialized the dog, which couldn't be further from the truth. That's why I'm really proud of our Mastiffs, because yes, I think being on leash is important, but we do tons of off-leash training. They have a job to do. They have acreage to run. They have livestock they have to get along with, whether they're rabbits, chickens, ducks, sheep, baby sheep, cows. So there's so much here that they have to be socialized and they have to be ready for. There's trucks, there's equipment, there's other dogs, firearms, right? There's so many things that they have to constantly be around, and there's predators, right? So there's so many different things that they have to interact with in an adult setting that really makes them have to grow up a lot quicker. Because I guarantee you, I have any of my Mastiffs out there, whether it's a horse or a cow, they are 100% calm, they are confident, they are in control, and they have a job, and they know exactly what their job is to do. So again, I think it's important that we do look at this from a lens of reality. So let's just take, let's take what a good dog should look like.
Everybody has to go to the watering hole sometime. It's a good duck, isn't he? Isn't he a good duck? So I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. I'm trying to get the trailer out of this field. Every single time I go to the gate over there, Oakley gets in the way. And I don't want to hit her. I'm not gonna hit her with the car. But she gets super close, and I know she's ultimately just trying to get out of the field with me. So I'm kind of in a bad situation here. I don't want to risk doing this quickly and injuring her or injuring the trailer or truck, and I don't want her getting out. And as you guys know, she's super friendly, and that's the problem. She always wants to be around her people. So I got to figure out a way to keep her inside, because if I don't and she gets out, then I have to corral her back in, and that's a pain. So I got a good idea. See, now she's just playing with me. But that's okay, because I got a secret weapon. Kova. Ready to work, mamas? Ready to work, Cove? Ready to work? All right. Come here, Cove. Come here, mamas, let's go. You see her? Come here, Cove. Go get her. Go get her. Go get her, mamas. So Cove does a pretty good job of watching her and keeping her away, so I should be able to get this thing moved out of here. Thanks, Cove. She does a pretty good job. And the cow tends to stay away from her, so good job, mamas. And look who's back at the gate. Yep. Come here, Cove. You watch her, okay, mamas? You watch her. Cause you know she's gonna try something. Cause now I gotta go in there and get that trailer, so. Yep. Oakley's not making it easy for us, is she, mamas? We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. One of the problems of having a super nice super nice cow. She thinks she's a big dog herself. We gotta do it one more time, mamas. Let's go. Go, Cove. Go. Cove, are you watching the truck? You watching the truck, mamas? Good girl. Oakley's over there. I think Oakley's finally lost interest. Good job, mamas. Good job, mamas. Yep, she just will walk beside me. Really helps with livestock. You did a good job, mamas. You did a good job out there today. Good girl.
So as you can see, you see a totally different composure, mentality, purpose in this dog, this Cane Corso with the horse, and then my English Bull Mastiff female Kova with livestock, sheep, cows, you know what I mean, ducks. And the purpose of me showing you that is not to brag on them. I mean, the people do that for me all the time, but it's just to show you the difference in socialization. Because a lot of times, and I really want to set home the principle that, and a lot of people don't realize this, there's a difference between socialization and training. Now, there's a lot that coincides, right? There is some spillover, but they're not intrinsically the same. Let me give you an example. A United States Marine, a soldier, a police officer, a firefighter, right? They have lots of training to do their job, right? The cause and effect aspect, right? And that's important. But when they're actually out there in combat, when they're actually out there dealing with a violent suspect, or when they're out, when the firefighters are out there fighting a fire, right? You have that lived experience. That lived experience is socialization. And a lot of times there's keynotes and there's slight minutia that's missed. There's certain things that are highly and heavily predicated on that real life, truly lived experience that you're not going to get from a simulator. And that is the purpose of socialization. That's why it's so important. And a lot of people out there think that, well, as long as I take my dog, I put him on a leash, throw him in the back of my car, and go to a half-acre dog park, and my cane corso can walk around without killing another dog, I've somehow magically completed the socialization process. Like somehow my dog is good. That couldn't be further from the truth. These dog breeds, the Malazar dog breeds, were bred for a purpose. They're bred to be fierce guardians of people and property, of livestock, and there's an intrinsic need in these large dogs, these large Malazar bully breed dogs, to understand their purpose. They need to understand the why. And a lot of people don't realize, and not all dogs need that, right? We see that with these toy breeds that really don't know that there's any difference between them and their human companions. Like, there are dogs that don't need to know who they are. These Malazar breed dogs, they need to know who they are. They need to know the why. They need to understand their purpose. And when that purpose does not drive with what's in them eternally, you'll see some problems. You'll see some very confused, maybe scared, or in this case, you saw just completely out of his element. He did not feel comfortable. He did not feel confident, and you can tell that he's combat ineffective. He's ineffective. He has no bearing. He has a one locked drive, and he does not know why. The why is completely escaped on this cane corso that you saw earlier. And then with other dogs, right, with Kova, she understands the why. She knows exactly what her purpose is. She knows exactly what these animals are here for, and she understands the why, right? So her socialization is great. She knows the why, and then the training aspect goes when she sees something, she knows what to do. The training tells her, this is what I need to do. This is the cause and effect. I see a cow. Okay, perfect. The cow's my friend. That's fine. I'm going to walk around. Now, if Dad needs to open the gate, my job is to keep the cow away from Dad and the gate and the equipment Dad is operating, like you saw. So there's a huge difference between the socialization and then understanding the key training purpose of what that dog is supposed to do. And again, they are separate. They are separate things. And so it's really important that when we look at these concepts, we look at them factually, right? And again, I'm not saying that this person is doing anything wrong. That is not the purpose of this video. All I'm trying to highlight and encompass with this video is understand that just because you have a large breed dog that has a pedigree that comes from great champion lines of work does not mean that they automatically, number one, know how to do that work, and two, doesn't mean that they're going to be any easier to train or anything in that regards, because it's about the real life experience. And these dogs need the real life experience. Regardless of the dogs that you have, that real life experience matters. And if you think you're going to get this socialization from a dog park trip, you're highly mistaken. That's why country dogs do so well and they mature very fast, because they are constantly being subjected to different real life experiences that most people don't, that most dogs and most people never get. And so I really want to hit this point home that it's very important that we look at this logically, and that if you do decide to have a dog, or you do have a dog, that you really work on that real life training experience. Again, the training is good. We need training, but proper socialization is key, because as you saw, this dog has a one-track mind. The dog's completely out of its element, no bearing. And in a real life situation, you have a liability. And that's a big man. That's a big man trying to hold back a big dog. And if your dog's not listening, if it's not a professional, if it doesn't understand its purpose, if it doesn't understand the why, and if it doesn't understand what to do, you have a huge liability that's only going to hurt you and yours in the end. So that's my video for you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Tell me how you guys go about socialization for your dogs. If you think I got this completely wrong, I always welcome the feedback. Tell me what you think. Let's articulate. Let's have this conversation. But again, the big takeaways are there is a difference between training and socialization. Both are highly important. One is a cause and effect of what to do, and socialization is obviously explaining to the dog the purpose, the why, and that lived experience. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. It's always great to do these videos for you guys. And as always, guys, long live the Republic.